Well, abusuafo a mohweye efiri achichiri ene bencheye Ghanafo a majemre esemre ehwe on the numerous social media platforms, digital media, traditional media, and all the other platforms. Yamama kwaba, yamamo official panso. Aha, NDC 360. NDC 360 jumedie wanwaso sronko a NDC amanyoko no ede egu akwamu ede bodewo woni mapa aban no eye asopiti ayesi school dan ayesi akwan a yeyi all your social intervention programs, human capital development programs, and Ghana sika semon to ya aban yi ba ye ekoyi a Ghana fododo na edi wadanse aha ene ene moche amenfa sa akwanya yi so emamo official pa biobu so se de da ye no dwumadie yi ya chechem afa ennan 4 segments before edi kan no ye frɛ no government this week eye aban ye NDC aban of President John Dramani Mahama ne pa aban aye in the last 1 week ye be san so afa sa akwanya yi so esan say ene the first program of the year nti ibetwa mfoni kakra or the aban no etimi ye in 2025, so we'll have a recap of what the government did in 2025. Of why I told me, your friend of NDC and you, dear near whom, dear Swati, I Ghana for the donor, AD, who dance here, never betche. Of why I told me and son, a friend of Jandam, a woo. Jandam, a woo, no, a sign among your same moon for pay. Nay, in somewhere opposition party near Crack Ribinum. Epesa mo ka wu aban no mfi no aha ne be fa sa akonya no so akirikirem e be pense mu ye de awia beto so ama Ghana for dodo na ate ase. Finally, the fourth and final segment, a final moment of proof eye no kre emre aha ne ye de nkrata emu du documents ekukudam ye ka ho asem ema mu nyina mo te ase no kre emre ye frame me Dr. Same Aye me na me di dwumadie ho chiame ye twa ye ho kakrawa ne aba ne ene mo atoaso medabase.
It's our pride. And at Gold Ball Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Ball Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future.
for your mama kwaba. Or fire di kaino, me di kaino. Government this week. You be cham for nika krebi. Ewo near ma chen near ma pa. NDC aban and President John Dramani Mahama ye in 2025. Emre nti yabaye kakrebi. Medamasi.
Happy New Year. Good. 2025 has been a successful year for government. Normally, I'm the face of it, but they don't know that those who are cooking in the kitchen are the ones cooking the delicious food. I'm just serving the food. So I came to say thank you for the good work you've done and to encourage you for 2026 to work even harder and cook more delicious food for the people of Ghana. Me mama afi chapa. Afi. Men bani na wo. Good. Why you feel my handshake? How are you? Now I don't pass your gate, so I hardly see you guys. But I know you are busy. Well done. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hi, Kom. Happy New Year. Good. My dear, come. Why? Are you afraid of me? This is my office I never worked in. My daughter, how are you? Good. Happy New Year. Good.
Ebusiafo said ye muhu ye no we a typical President John Dramani Mahama ne odo na ho fama ne ni pesuo ene ne nimdia wada ne di in the last 1 year no what demonstrate to the people he works with. This is President John Dramani Mahama who believe in teamwork. Impanyufo se benu so a emia ti crosso enkwagina. We are recognizing the impact of the people that did the groundworks for his government to be successful. President Mahama who said the individual works of these people culminated in the successor or no any na by achieve. Yebo na baso ewo na ho brase, yebo na baso ewo na ho fama. Yebo na baso wodwuma pa order na di obekoso ada na di for the benefit of the people of Ghana. Ibetwa ho mritiam yeba ye did the recap of 2025 ebebrem.
This is the Electronic Transfer Levy Repeal Bill. That's the famous e-levy bill. I'll proceed to sign it. Now, this is the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025 to remove withholding tax on winnings from lottery, betting, and games of chance. This is the famous betting tax. This is the COVID Health Recovery Levy Repeal Act 2025. And it's my honor and privilege to sign to repeal the COVID levy. Promise made, promise delivered. This is the Electronic Transfer Levy Repeal Bill. That's the famous e-levy bill. I'll proceed to sign it. Now, this is the Income Tax Amendment Bill 2025 to remove withholding tax on winnings from lottery, betting, and games of chance. This is the famous betting tax. This is the COVID Health Recovery Levy Repeal Act 2025. And it's my honor and privilege to sign to repeal the COVID levy. Promise made, promise delivered.
For Yamama Kwaba, it is said Yamueno. President John Dramani Mahama, or Siadio, within the bush so. Or born to her before 2024 election. Or Borgana for Noba. Sagana for an Adomna or Motua Bamana. A year e-levy, 10% betting tax, COVID-19 health recovery levy, Obechem Tinton time. Samobe Kaya, MPP 40 Abamono. Omo catcher Ghana for say, baby or mine do no. I was so di e-levy to Ghana for so. Omo catcher Ghana for say, e-levy and a draw back pa. Se Ghana for ammoa. Bibia ni wa mo ya ebekoye. Obekaya omo catcher ye. Se sayanye e-levy a ye nye suku dan wo Ghana. Omo catcher se sayanye e-levy a free SHS ye betwem. Omo catcher Ghana for say ye yanye e-levy a Ghana kwan nyina ye nye. Se yanye e-levy a Ghana adwuma efo ye nti omoka. Se yanye e-levy a Ghana beko IMF. In fact, members of parliament kuku dama no me members of the MPP. E catcher Ghana for say yanye e-levy a bibia ni wa aban ye ye ebeko so. Na mpanyifo se otimifo timi wa woro okawa fa wa betinti. Mukofa obi a or say member of parliament Adwasafo about parliament to impersonate Adwasafo. That was the extraordinary miles or lengths the MPP went to impose hardships on the people of Ghana. They told us, say, yeah, e-levy, IMF. We ended up doing e-levy and still went to IMF. President Mahama Kachre said, Oba ubechum. Oba ye or the Osiayo yo wechum. Mr. Mogana for ye try e-levy me. Dum swaba, baby. Ye try e-levy me. Chese niema aban ka se obeye ni na President Mahama ye. Ye try e-levy me free SHS ye twem, baby. Ye try e-levy me. Ghana kwan afempo na ye akwan akesia ewo kromwa in the name of the Big Push project. So you can only come to the inevitable conclusion say na ya true. Ye bo President Mahama baso say we di ne boshe so. MPP for kachre say o man nye 10% betting tax Ghana entime nkoso. Me hu amanyoku a wabetena so a waje into susu odudu. Ewo betting me hu bida. omude to Ghana for mebuno so eka kire say yanya bibie no obekọ so president mama edi ne boshe so eka kire say na eye needless, it was useless, it was a nuisance, and it was a total burden on the young people of this country and the general populace. President Mama edi osia yo wetwem. President Mama ka kire here say COVID-19 levy Ghana COVID eye na it said eye amai bebre ewo wi asafa na nyina obi ani wa ode levy eto ne manfo so even tetete malaria any HIV e ba ya wi asafa na nyina ni padodo nya bi no o ma bi ani wa ode eto ne manfo so, especially when we know that because of COVID-19 abani nya ska bebre from the World Bank, from the IMF, from EU, from the Bank of Ghana and what have you. The finance minister at the time, Mr. Ken Oforiatta, catch Ghana for say, because of COVID-19, Abani will cut $12 billion. But you should say Abani over $21 billion. If you get 21 billion, now Ugomu cut 12 billion. You cannot come and say because of COVID. So it was a wicked government. It was a government that did not care about the people of Ghana. So enkoda. Now, NDC aban betina akonya so. Enhihye pi na akoso a ede chese enije abregana fo. Die di kan Ghana sika semon to ye the exchange rate. Obekaya obi ka kire ye say when in doubt look at the exchange rate. When the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Ghana exchange rate, Ghana sika semuntu to ye cedi any dollar and kita mudie no. Ene Ghana fuat denye atadwe. Ye ba ye na dollar retail na eda 17 Ghana cedis. Because of the innovative leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, we are looking at an interbank rate of about 10.6, 10.7, retail about 11 to 12. Ghana for the dona enya so mfaso. Ye de samfoni ebekire niema pa Ghana for ate from Ghana sika semon to toya akoso in the last 1 year. She Ghana fango bo diesel and petrol. Yeba aban mu no na 1 liter of diesel na 23.4 Ghana cedis. 23.4 Ghana cedis. Na super 17.99 Ghana cedis. The attorney say under NPP say auto 1 gallon of diesel you are paying about 115 Ghana cedis. Because of the investment in our economy, any President Mahama and any swadi hunu, on the finance minister, any gold board, a cabo mono, yetimi aye ama fu obo abafo. Now I mean sure they tell fu obo abafo. Ghana jadifo. Omoko amano ne koto fangua, amano ne fangu yetoni in dollars. Enti say dwadini no kwa amano ne so koto fangua, osesa Ghana cedis eko dollars. Enti say dwadini no ya $100,000 under MPP na ohia sika 17 billion. 17 billion for $100,000. Under NDC, President John Dramani Mahama, because of the investment the president has done, ama cedi no enya ngodenti no. The same $100,000 no, sisi ya uhia just 10 billion old Ghana cedis. Nti under MPP na uhia 17 billion enya $100,000. But the NDC uhia only $10 billion. Enti sa $7 billion na under anka MPP emreso no kebeshe no ene dwadini no enya dia shed bottom eno ena ama fango bo aba fom a eye mfaso die kese pa Ghana fo ne adwadefo omo tu ekoton enya from the NDC administration. Yebo President Mahama abaso, yebo finance minister abaso, yebo gold board for so abaso. Ye free be import bill na mama nche be nche o. Ghana largely an import-driven country. Yema dodo na ye use no ye krefi amanone neba. Said the mekano, o kwa amanone sa o kra niema o tonu in dollars. Enti ishishemu kire say at the end of September 2025, Ghana import bill sika adwadifo ekosesa in cedis dollars kra niema ba no na $11.8 billion. Same people neti abreso and adwadifo pay $11.8 billion and komu ye sika 156 billion Ghana cedis. Fatu utrimpa 156 billion Ghana cedis. But because of the investment President Mahama has done in our economy, because of the current exchange rate, so $11.8 billion no, ye 156 billion Ghana cedis biomne ebenya. We only need 110 billion. That is a significant savings of 46 billion Ghana cedis. So 46 billion no, edwadifo no botom na eba. Sa sika no no ne akokra ne ma enne edwadifo anya e de ashop botom. Entiti so obi to touch line. Now ye press conference ke kan nsem a enyina so obi anima. We a major benefiter edwadifo anya from the government of President John Dramani Mahama. Yanko reduction in the prices of general goods and services. I said the mekan no Ghana afford do na omo de dollar any CD any dija. Se CD na ho den ba fom a uhia CD kakra bi pe na enya dollars bebre. Ede akokra na ema ba. Ne science no we have seen over the weeks, over the months, major companies are omudi statements about bonte say enyuma pa aban na ya ama Ghana CD na enya ho den no. Omo so ehun so abom so. Ne science no okwa major shopping malls say Okadeco omo the statement aba say because of the President Mahama here no matter om niema so by 20 to 30%. Okwa electro matter omo the statement aba say the President Mahama here no eboa omo into omo so omo tete om niema so. Just about a few days ago there's a company your friend JA Bini Company Limited. Omo the statement aba so omo ba ban na ba so sisi ado omo tete om niema so say hu na omo da President Mahama baso omo da President Mahama se no omo bo President Mahama baso omo sre Ghana fo nyina so omo mra no omo meto niema na sisi ade atadwe yate de ne niema bo abafom. This was a major campaign promise that President Mahama in the education sector. Obekaya in the year 2022-2023 emebunu a ewie secondary school na oma qualify say omo beko tertiary a year training college, polytechnic and university. They were about 400,000. It will surprise you to know say only 125,000 penetimi co school. Institution ba ye ne kire say dodo na eya na eye fameko no sikase mu ayeden. Ghana for dodo na ebusuan bebre wo Ghana ha. It is difficult for them to raise 2,000 cedis, 3,000 cedis, 4,000 Ghana cedis in a space of 2 to 3 weeks for admission fees. And as a leader and as a president who is sensitive to the plight of the people of Ghana, or Ghana Fobo, say or the policy be a friend no fee stress. The no fee stress policy no there were 3 pillars. First pillar, no academic fee. Second pillar, a free tertiary education for persons with disability. And finally, a year disbursement of student loan. I can confirm to you today, say over 152,000 students have benefited from President Mahama no academic fees. Almost first year admission fees, academic user fees for training college, polytechnic and university. Abino asum, abine tuya, dodo na ensa komusika.
Dreams for persons. They said the journey was long, too far for our steps to reach. They said dreams for persons with disabilities, too high to keep. We were taught to count our limits and measure tomorrow by what we lacked. They said maybe someday, but today, someday has arrived. With hearts and minds that believed we can.
Today, we gather to mark a new and defining moment in Ghana's journey towards inclusion and equality. The launch of the Free Tertiary Education for Persons with Disabilities initiative, which is under the theme Disability, Not Inability, Advancing Inclusive Access to Higher Education under the Reset Agenda. This initiative is not merely a policy launch. It is an activation of our national conscience and our sense of equity and justice. It is a reminder that the soul of any nation is measured by how it treats its most vulnerable citizens. With this launch today, we're integrating the scholarship administered by the National Scholarships Authority in the past with a new Universal Disability Scholarship under the Student Loan Fund Trust. And so with the pride in our national compassion and faith in our collective future, I hereby have the privilege to declare the Free Tertiary for Persons with Disability initiative officially launched.
Abusianfo ye mama kwaba said ye mote no President John Dramani Mahama ode ose eyoyo eye free tertiary education for persons with disability Ghana ye nuano ma bibinti omonsa anomonai baby ye omoya they are about 2.1 million omodoso ye pa eye a significant number out of that fall within the tertiary education bracket. So we eye social intervention policy change kakrakapa NDC abaya na President John Dramani Mahama aya mienu aya adwen se ede emwa kese pa aba yaba President Mahama abaso for this particular intervention. Big push. President Mahama eka kire Ghana for o she Ghana for bo say oye campaign through several communities within this country. Now obekaya in the last 4 years before the NDC abayin eba yanom a campaign so mo year of rose eko kate so baby bebre eko si ye no na adani ghost roads ye try ye nia ye hurry. Into President Mahama say, let us find a sustainable funding. Yem pesi kanto say sikano say wuchio say unwa oye ne den yo say sikano da ho. Ye ba yen so. President Mahama e de ose ayoyo. Ya dedicate 30 billion Ghana cedis. In fact, President Mahama kan say onye de previous governments aye oba aben a Obeto say projects maybe will not continue it. In fact, President Mahama dedicated 13.8 billion for projects are on buying beto ya or GDA. Say a idea ebe boa Ghana economy, ebe boa Ghana trade, were dedicated funding for it. Into Osha, these are some of the big push projects. Tematu Atimpoku, the upgrading of a Sikuma Junction to Harvey Road, reconstruction of Harvey to Hohoi Road, reconstruction of Hohoi to Jasekan Road, construction of Jasekan to Dodo Pepesu Road, Yawon Kwanta to Oti Damango, Yawon Kwanta to Oti Damango, Yawo Oti Damango to Bintri, Lot 5 and 6, Yawo Oti Damango to Bembila, Bembila to Yendi, Yendi to Gushegu, and Yawon Yang Panduri to Garu Boko Kulungugu. Now, Sa Roadway a major roads are connected one region to another. Name first one esu ye pa Ghana. In fact, South Roadway a very pivotal to your economy, your trade, your commute, and what have you. Where the Western Corridor Road, We are from Wenchi to Sola to Wa. Your Accra Kumasi dualization project, and all of us are aware of it. Your Tamatua Flower Road expansion. Your Cape Coast to Takrady dualization program. This program, in fact, President Mama Kate Sodno, and 1 week, and a contractor, a core site, contractors, HRC, A. Mojuma. Your Tamale to Yendi to Tatali road improvement programs and what have you. In fact, the Eastern Corridor Road. Okay. It's a day. Ashafo Mwamuti President Mama. O see from or see on the on tena office. My pictures in the channel say yeah quite. On one casabeti from now I call cut sword. Now I share how I near Masiko. It said yeah, Momono. Pepe. So just like I said, it's President Mama, why yet the obey as a president? Say obey improving Ghana, Yaquine. And this is a legacy program for His Excellency the President. Obekaya Eastern Corridor Road, Yatia Eastern Corridor Road, Dada. Meno say it is part of the big push project from Esikuma to Bimbila. Nina Ewoho. Yasawo Ring Road projects. Enono ebiwo Greater Accra, ebiwo Kumasi, ebiwo Sunyani, and Tamale. All of them are under the big push program. Indeed, they are major bridges across the country. Ya capture under the big push. And also the vision of President John Dramani Mahama. A capture a GDE say it will connect one region to the other. And also I didn't for so the AP. Ghana for. So these are the videos Yehui.
Exactly 90 days ago I was here because of the outcry from the traveling public about the nature of this particular stretch of road of Ankomsawam. When we came, we met a road that was moving at a snail pace, and there were many constraints associated with what was happening. But the major one was non-payment for work done for a very long time. And so, of course, I ordered the road minister and the finance minister to make sure that payment was made to the contractor. And so more than $70 million was paid to the contractor. And I promised that I'll come back after 3 months to come and see the progress of work that has been done. Today is exactly 3 months since I last came here. And I'm quite impressed with the progress that has been made. I'll urge the contractor to continue to push hard. The last time I came, he assured us that by July next year, he'll be able to hand over the road. But if I look at the progress being made, I'm sure that by April next year, if you guys push hard, you'll be able to finish this road and hand it over.
God bring back
Bishop for Yamama Kwaba, it said the Mama Huno, control fees on the Nesuma and the one who the President Mahama Aya under the big push project. Now, President Mahama, one of the programs are me for me. Potokasa Rebecca say one of the most revolutionary programs. The Ghana Medical Trust Fund, Mahama Care. Na me de obekọ no ma krom kakra. Ye National Health Insurance Scheme. The whole idea the fapping of the program primary health care. Primary health care chere say ye health facilities are ye wa ehwe yare nkitenkete. Tipaye onaye oya oyeme oya in wrong kitinkete, provision of essential medications, a man in kola ayareshe, maternal and child health, prevention of disease. These were the founding principles of National Health Insurance Scheme. And the National Health Insurance Scheme, no, a lot of considerations are not on board because na Ghana, the trend of yare na say kwan a Ghana for dodo na ye yare wa mu ne asetene mu no na ye were a certain yare a na ye face. That was how the National Health Insurance Scheme was couched. Now because of abefo yes society didie mu your lifestyle any your suban eya ne amanonefo eya yepe te ya change your lifestyle to the western lifestyle enti ama yen yarewa no change akọ amanone de ne bi ye be ka say your lifestyle no aye modernized aye westernized enti ye free bibi chronic non-communicable diseases, hypertension, diabetes, which results in stroke, heart attack, and what have you. Sa yarewa we eka ewo mu no enya de ketwa. Se unya a kidney disease, heart disease, liver disease, cancer, and what have you. Sika ewo mu no enye sika ketwa. Essay ebusua etete ebusuam egu adwuma essay aware na ebu ebusua. Enti President Mahama, as sensitive as he is, say obetwa futuo bi ato ho a saa yarewa kese we a yan capture no under National Health Insurance Scheme no saa yarewa no ebehwe. Ehwehwemu kyerɛ say 45% of Ghana yare a ediye ko wo mu no eno eye under these non-communicable diseases. It is a nipa 10 echere mu kwa Ghana emu 4 and 4.5 or 5 ewo no eye as a result of sayari amboboy diabetes, hypertension, and other metabolic diseases eye kotoka semu no. President Mahama atesa for 2 weeks na me pese mode mani hwe niama e course ye wi a na yato aso.
I am deeply honored to join you this morning for the official launch of the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, Mahama Cares, a landmark initiative introduced by my government to decisively confront the growing burden of chronic non-communicable diseases, for short NCDs. Available data indicates that NCDs amount for over 40% of all age category mortalities, and they consistently rank among the top 10 causes of death nationwide. Today we're launching more than just an initiative. We're launching hope. Hope for thousands of Ghanaians living with chronic diseases. Hope for families battling the overwhelming cost of care. Hope for a future where the quality of life is not determined by one's ability to pay for essential treatment necessary.
For Weber Kaya, President Mahama, all launches our program. You know, Ankasa dedicating the first 3 months of the salary. Or see a ketua or bedji for Bosumi and Sano or the Ache Ghana Medical Trust. But say, a personal experience of the impact and our so dear kakrakapa a war sa program we mu any a kwanya yarewa hodoa anka enye because ye ni akade yanka ebetimi a reverse no and ebetimi agye omonkwa anka woni beje sa program we mu. Ida President Mahama say yɛda ne mpanyinfo ase sɛ wɔn de program ɛti sɛ aba Ghana for dodoɔ na ebenya ɛso mfasoɔ. Now another program and also one social intervention program President Mama aban aye or year was part of the 120-day social contract or share Ghana for under the auspices of Vice President Her Excellency Professor Nana Jeno Pokwajawan the free sanitary pad program. Now Ghana ye will be a ye freno period poverty ye nuano monketwa ye nuama and even ye mame mo menyi kakra eto de bia boso me ne so na omubu obonsa sika samtini ye den nti eto de bia sika mpa ode topa de de asiesie ne ho kakra kra no eya ne mo ede na President Mama in tune with sustainable development goal number 4 a year about universal health or say as a sensitive leader no or the shishepa ebegu akwemu over 296 million Ghana cedis was budgeted in 2025. Meno okasai 6 million sanitary pads have been distributed. The target over 2 million young women. Now say education minister ekasai or say afi we mo 2026 we are looking at about 12 million sanitary pads. And you bet check abwa ama insunso so bone a anka yen susu se yebenya as far as period poverty is concerned no yebe so ano video wo ho yepesa mo hwe.
Let's build a Ghana we want. Say yeah, obey yeah. Bring back the Ghana. Let's build Ghana together.
Abusianfo yedamase say mokoso semre edi echi na ye kyerɛkyerɛ mo de aban no aye ene de aban no epeso oye as far as this government continues. Now Ghana in the last 8 years you go through a certain phase. Na empenyufo se wanya bibi ama wase a ye mona bro ye mono krono Ghana for to santene koto aba wantimi anya hwe kra mo no na enyo mo nua nasem se obema aduane bo ayefo ye na ati kromu a utimi koto ade in the next 2-3 days obekona price na ide a change emo anwa kosua and what have you. Now President Mahama Aban on a great ministry a launch program be a friend of Feed Ghana program. Now that program no there was so many aspects. Ye won kokon ketenkete, ye wo farmer service centers, ye wo rehabilitation of irrigation dams and whatever. There are so many of them. President Mahama launch the whole idea of the Feed Ghana program is to achieve basically 3 things. Number 1, food sufficiency. Say inyania yedua yebedua ewo Ghana hano. Ewo say so Ghana for ma ahoto eba. Another pillar food security. And finally reduced food inflation. Say inyani bebu na obiya timi enya de also onya na obiya timi didi ma no hoto no. These are the fundamental principles of President Mama. The Feed Ghana program and a Greek for export program. Ye buy ye launch. Video we ye best say some be kakra.
Today we stand at a critical juncture in our nation's history. A moment that demands renewed energy, focus, and commitment to securing our future through food self-sufficiency and agricultural transformation. The Feed Ghana program is our flagship initiative. It is a strategic umbrella under which all agricultural projects and interventions will be executed. It is anchored on deliberate actions to increase food production, promote modern farm practices, strengthen infrastructure, and develop agro industrial zones across the length and breadth of Ghana. Let all farmers, agribusiness people, financial institutions, development partners, and citizens put their shoulders to the wheel so that we can make this vision a reality.
Busianfo, as I said, the Muno, a chagu shensheni. We President John Dramani Mahama, the policy all born toa, or can't wasem, say Obama Nyanebo Abafom. Obama Ghana for etimi ato Nyane, a year in Kukonket programme, a year programmer, a bino sheshaye, say Yabe busi the poultry industry. Now yet me the products of poultry industry to say nkosia e betimi dia supply ye nuanom ketenkete a omo secondary school a omo so eye de omo ye bia say omo beto omo na ne matimi akoyi. And so all these programs have come together in the 1 year of President John Dramani Mahama. There are a lot of them. Emerenti yentimi go through all of them, but these are the programs that President Mahama ashase ebi mu kra wa ye wie, but empanyifo say agro ebe so anopa, agro be so anadwoa efi anopa na de ofu de apaso ena ye piano ye gidi ye pa say niema ye twagu nyina. You have seen them, you have appreciated them, and you have appreciated the government of President John Dramani Mahama. Ibecha yon kakra Aje Abuafo Nkrato Aba. Stay with us.
It's our pride. And at Gold Ball Jewelry, we celebrate the pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians.
I will say afọ eda mase say mase mre na mo twenye say yebekọ so ne madi nkitahodie ne nsa so ofa ye do no ye friend NDC and you NDC and you segment wa so a ye ne mo ba beche de ani ehu ene de aso ate adodo na edi hwadanse in the 1 year of the NDC administration. The NDC administration of President John Dramani Mahama how Ghana for do na hu no ene mfasode a omunya free mu Christmas ayedi yi ebi mu de ne sen omosika kakra na ekro mu no niema sen ana niema ben enetimi toye me say mere kra e be mama hwe
I'll give you 30 Ghana. So
it's last year na saying.
Last year this one 3 million, 3.5. The bottle oil is 27 million. Today 6 million, 5 million. I can do Bukata. I will not pay 5. I can pay 4.5. For them, it be Mahama. Mahama be wire. Nyaminkano, Nyamishirano. Chosana mo wire for Nyama. Atade shawo say 35 cedi. Now. Dollar we go. You are prison market. You are in prison market. Where Agrada day? You are back of Abuna Yami Yasaba Ama. Wama Niamaya Bokododo. I am Radodo. Adriana Fo. Amu Mianu side. Where Mianu 25. I don't know yes. Amu then Mianu. Almost started. I want me when you met me. I actually. Mama, Nyamaya food. Mama says me who cratch. No one yamenya. Says me na me shesi. Me say me who back. Why are the papa mama? Oh yeah, she join na kasa. Mama susu ato. Boro. Mama su banche brodi wa ha bibia wa ha. Obi antimi twan tro say. Mama mo bi Oba we jani kru ozo timi hwa na ho aduane abu etu hwa ne ko no betimi ahwa why you do so mama you not try you feel like me when you kakra dollars me are dollars ni muka
happy way we compare viral everywhere. So are you gonna speak English or you gonna speak don't worry. Okay, you person can't my tea. You person English now, you pay English no more. Okay. What's your happy way any last year? I feel better after year mount. I feel way dear.
What is she?
No more joy. Amen. Oh, Mama, Yadas. Amen. Mama, Yanya Udene, we are brave. Mama, Yanya Udene, we are brave. We are brave. How fine his man. So, they're going to work for 5,000. Need 50 million check out for me to a channel. In case on what you are 50 million. That will put our money at Macola. Here over 45. Ninka boy one there. So long car 35. What the fuck is 35? Hey. Oh long car 400. The other 100 300. Smoke 25 back for back passing. That's I never will. One day when you're not just 25 go back for back passing. Obashi to hon bi le ne kayas na nye ira don mama nyu ma job amen mi nwa ke dollar e yishi bawo e yishi nye mo ko blo e ke nachi ni ka bo yo de yin akobo ko ga gbe ba ha mi njo fe ni ya chake na ne yin afe ko yi kai won ko ye dollar nya no chake mo ya ko ye pound chake no ma nya shika po e ba shikon no shika we ba shikon Stefana fake yeah no original here waka ayisu
no wa mi ta
me Mahama dia na ka me nto aba ma ne da me nto aba ankasa kura ma ne da okay ba ma no approve bibi na hwa aban na mamu na ekoso wa hwa aban na mamu ne
ayisu
no wa mi ta
me Mahama dia na ka me nto aba ma ne da me nto aba ankasa kura ma ne da okay ba ma no approve bibi na hwa aban na mamu na ekoso wa hwa aban na mamu ne die me enne ye me ma fa ma me da bia me na bia me voter side she motom oh okay emergency basi ansa nto aba kofra me sa to onto aso aban na every say yenya we be ka kire say when the fundamentals are weak the exchange rate will expose you o ka kire say obi abon but time no ka sa abon na 3 cedis so yeah but no so anima dey na we have the man no office na say close to 70 cedis mo it will be the abatan a no me na na say yenya sa tariff na mo keka no tariff na wo ka no be increase the tariff 10% wo say 10% no increase the tariff no mo na ma $1 abafom but we fit say obi nim nyansa ko sign gold bond na gold no ntimi mfa wo pɛ meton free Ghana nkɔ saa etini nyina pompi ska wura nim yɛn tie no ɛna me blame NDC communicators so munim kasa aba kɔma no atum na sesi anu mo ya mo sa mo be fa bi fo su ba ngentre na omet mo ba nya hwe o de mahama ohu mo bɔ ne mo be 2058 ni ato ama mp they say do ya ne de o me ebufu a be sa kan se yɛn to aba bi mo nto aso saa se nye constitution ni man kwansa constitution e ni panani ajutu ni yɛhyehyɛ eti se mahama bɔ eti se majority Ghana ni nyina atibu abɔnten se o man panyin to aso ma ya o be to aso e constitution ya ni yɛhyehyɛ ya ma me mo mugu abosuo kan no mo mugu keti ya mo a na yɛfrɛfrɛ mo na mo hyehyɛ ye hu se nipa wi ade na wɔyɛ na be boa ya yama ne nto aso ya yɛhyɛ bere o ma yama ne nto aso ma de se waji chomo ama me de magina tum me nyini ni o magina tum wato aba man dada na o first time me mahama de na ka me nto aba ma ne da me nto aba angasa kra ma ne da okay ba ma no approve bibi na woni me mistake sha akunya na yi John fo na baba ni nyina ye bibi papa ye hu de ye yes ye mpa John ye penana no obedi ahini wo ye so no eti John no obebo Yesu asenu ya no obebo Yesu asu no on de oba wo say obo Ghana asu o ma Ghana hyebere foforo I am pen na ekope na no de Bukatneza no oba oba so be de Bukatneza ni o ma Ghana me emfa na na bi oba be mama so adwuma o ye na ye dey eye adwuma na mama ye ne yo o ko 100 years ye to ne so aba ye dey MPP ana wan da bi MP obi mama na ye pe no mama na on kwaso me da bi am na bia me voter side she motom oh okay emergency basi and santo I was at the report yesterday and Charlie the way importers are praising John Mahama is crazy. Hey, continue away. Last year, me try 150,000 and then almost 70,000. When me try say almost say, oh, Charlie, some lady was even like Charlie. Okay, Charlie was oh Mahama. Come on, come yo, John Mahama. God bless you. Oh, Papa, Aqua betu yebio. Ajoya mi wado ye. Mama fi patu ye Mahama wama asumdua ba my way afi mi su betumi atwa mu one bag me to ka betumi to bi da afi mi su ma to bi ma to afonti aka ho ka afi enye ye de na me bua afi de koye pa mi kuru Mahama de wama nka mewu eh political level papa o compare to last year na who say afi we de koye mu this year no any back no just a back no ya winning anyway nyina no pepe akoyi ya tete nyama so TV akoyi compared to last year now who say this year okay this year pa mama tete nyama so pa market this year last year. This year last year. What are they on? Oh, okay. Okay. Last year, Bajo, Maniamani, a photographer, okay. We go to rice near the friend Usua and Chawana, your tongue or our book can give 7 cities. Futirabeno has only 7 cities. Oh, I know, say NDC for Baba Imuna, Omsa's on 7 cities. Obeja is a blogger, be actually camera, quata crade. Ako Eco Bank. Ako maame no hako bisa na say no kora na tie ne mu aye. Say NDC be power pay. Me tumko 7 cities. Oboa. Ntepe yetifo awe no. Ayi no kora de woda kodo eton. Ekobia 7 cities. Je 5 cities ni ya. Oni tin ni bi aye impactful blogger maba waso. Echeyo. That's. Well, so mo 5 cities. 27 cities. 27 cities. Abusuafo ye mama kwaba. We dey yes kakum ejino kwakuo num Ghana for na ena omato omenum to we dey make us say if the fundamentals of the economy is good
the people will praise the government. We omonye NDC for, omonye MPP for. They are not politically aligned. These are genuine. In some more kanina nukre trudo. Na die intina abanesa. Ghana. There are so many. Ye oniema pia. It determine the cost of living. Fuel ekam fango ayeto. Ghana city no anwode. Abaino policy rates and our banks interest rates. Inflation, food inflation, and the general government programs are abaino ya ede ahwenhen kakra ebre Ghana fo. Ebi te say COVID-19 levy ye a free tax reform so extremely important. Very, very important. Fuel. Yeba abayimu no, ete said ye mekan no. Na a gallon of fuel was hovering between 72 Ghana cedis to 100 Ghana cedis. Because of President Mahama initiatives, any niyama pa abayini di gu akwemu no. Sisi at the same gallon of fuel na ye 72 to 100 Ghana cedis no. Above from to 52, 53 Ghana cedis per gallon. Na yen na enim se fango bo ba from taxi driver for etio money so. Truck drivers etio money so. Okada riders etio money so. So Okada riders eti omo fair bo so a. Adwadifo omo koto tomatoes omo fa ka eko. Omo fa Okada. Omo mukoto jene, omo mukoto nam, omo mukoto ebro, omo mukoto emo. Transport fare and kane yomu betua no. Sa transport fare no abafom or ana ebafom. In fact, when the NDC government of President John Dramani Mahama Baba mu no obeka say enfasodia yenya we sikasemu no. GPRTU ordered truck drivers and taxi drivers to reduce their fares. Or catch them pray. Say enfasodia abayno dia ba ewe sikasemu no ama fango bo aba fom ama spare parts bo aba fom internet dia in na entity dia maso. Sa effect we it has a ripple effect and as you can say ewo insuso so papa e go all along the value chain. Obi bia ofa car ofo trotro ofa taxi efa Okada bia nya so fa so eno so ka ho nti na niam aboa ide abafo adwadefo akwa ama no ne akofo mo niam a omo fa mo niam in dollars sidi na nya hoden eno nti no omo hia sidi kakra bi ena akofa dollar bebre e dia bedidwa all like kanena. Now when you see the bebre for dollar kakra bi na the pressure e bag Ghanaian cedi ne so e the pressure e ba dollar so e ma nyema eye basa enti sa out your mind na auto a bro bag 1,300 Ghana cedis eye 13 million titisika na because of President Mahama buying Sisi ano emo bag na nkane wo tono 13 million no sisi a wo tono 450 Ghana cedis eye 4.5 wo tono 500 Ghana cedis. You and I can agree ye nyina enim say definitely ebema na ema boy den abafom enne enambo etesen akokofo 1 etesen jene etesen emu etesen sa niema we the basic niema Ghana for do na determine how comfortable they will be. Ghana edi na nipa epe say ye mo beto ya ye sori a ye betimi di bibi akoya no enti sa wo ya ban these are the things you should tackle. Want to be kofa o man sika kakra o man ne wo no na onfa nkotu National Cathedral to grow na sika na say sika kakra o man nya no you should invest it in critical sectors of the economy. Not that President Mama, on the finance minister, aya, Ghana for do na enya so faso. Now, inflation simply means say a kwan ben na niema ebo ekoso. NDC abaye ba konwemo no. Na inflation is 23.8%. Yet you say, so we adwadini ana say me no yet hey say enne ye kodwaman so koto niema na 100 Ghana cedis. Enne ye 14 January. Say ye 14 February a month after that. Niema bo no ebe kosoro na ebe gina bebe wo. And the MPP now to ade 100 Ghana cedis enne. Ebedu 1 month time no na ako 130 Ghana cedis 120 Ghana cedis. So untimi nyina wanamu plane ahead hu say me si dwam anasa say me fa pen and paper say me tro ne ma me koto a me du wa me sika no ebeso aso ne ama no bo ni bia beka ho ana under the MPP no na untimi nya sa plan no because utimi to ade Monday 100 Ghana, Friday na ko 200 Ghana cedis. It made life unbearable for the people of Ghana. Just say, esu oyaw kodanda ni abenidia Ghana for dodoona ekomu under the MPP no. President Mama Baye, inflation had dropped from 23.8% to 5.4%. It just say ene okoto ade 100 Ghana cedis. Na boso me be kanwa. Akosra obekona eye 102, 103, 104, 105 Ghana cedis. 5 cedi pen ababekam. Enti oye dwadini, you can plan ahead and know say because of the stabilization and what they are President Mama na bind about Ghana economy inflation etc. Enti okokruma ye dan odisika say na ekwa you will know say ebetimi ato a certain number of goods and our products or commodities or groceries. How the beba fear, how the baby would be a name, ufufu bi na oya, what aye na moto. These are the near markets and get here a buy share. Number 3, if free be interest rates. NDC a buy ba muno. Na interest rates, a bit more friend policy rate. It was hovering over 28%. Commercial banks were doing 35% to 40%. Yet you say, where did the now we got turn near man, and now Oko Bank say Oko Bobo Sia dia kudija. Near man Bobo Sia 100 million. In say who are obey to you 40 million. That was the previous administration. And now I can say near man bafom. We are doing a policy rate of about 18%. We are looking for a share president Mama buy a share no crown a so best at the more. Na yetimi aboa the business environment. Na obetimi akọ bank akọ bobosia. Especially an NDC regime eba be rolling out the National Women Development Bank. Amaye mame nom ne nuamoma to boost edwuma kakra omoye. Omo dwedi omudi and what have you. All these things matter. Ghana for do na enya esomfa so are reflecting in how Ghana for edi Christmas because nema bo aba form fuel aba form emo bag ketwa bag ya ye krai eye 5 kg NDC ba aba mu na ebine nam 250 Ghana cedis na ameno ka say ukwa 110 Ghana cedis a ubenya bi 120 Ghana cedis ubenya bi anwa iron rods cement. In fact NDC ba aba mu no na iron rods 1 ton it was 9,500 95 million. And then because of Jumapa President Mahama aye the same iron rods that are now 1 ton a year 9,500 no we are doing about 7,500 a saving of 2,000 Ghana cedis. Imagine say we talk 10 tons of iron rods. 10 tons of iron rods. President Mama save you 20,000 Ghana cedis. I know so betting the baby papa be ebe boa da setena ene odwumade enti aban no ayebe na mejiri ye se Ghana for will be the best judge eti say de wahu no omo ankasa na atwe camera esi omanim omo bo aban na baso yeda president mama ase yeda vice president Professor Her Excellency Nana Jinopoko Adjuman Finance Minister ene aban mu mpanyifo nyina omaboa ama Ghana abeye krabehwe eye the mandate the people of Ghana gave the NDC to me Ghana for the man NDC say yam fan hye megu akwamu na onhonto mo keke aban no has delivered on it. We commend President John Dramani Mahama. We commend aban mu mpanyifo nyina for making this Christmas a memorable one. I believe it's the American, you know, agrobeso anadwa efianopa. This is the first year of the NDC regime. Ye ogidie pa se ye koye nim no ye wura afi 2026 mu no. President Mahama the policies bebregu akwemu. Ya a lot of budgetary allocation. Ye gidie se enhyehyeye a ye de gu akwemu na bemma Ghana for dodo na ahehan mu kakra. Na isi kasem no so etimi akoyi kakra. Na ye living as a proud nation. Ye living as proud citizens are. Ye respect ye mpanyfo. Na ye wo odo ema ye mpanyfo. Esan ehyehyeye pane ne mapa omode agu akwemu se ye hontoye na ye nya ne ma ebeboaye ama bibia etwaye. Ye damase ye beje aboafo nkrato aba. Ye ba ye beto aso.
It's our pride. And at Gold Ball Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Ball Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future.
Ebusianfo mama kwa ba ofa ye dusu yi eye jandam ewu. Jandam ye ewu eye segment fefefe pa. Yedi yi atro edi. Atro a ebi mu enam amanyosemu mfasope. Ankrankre bi afa kana sichi kwanso ayom hu ohuntadu achi. Eka nsemu a nokre bi anim nsemu a entasumu ededa Ghana for edigu aban ne ho fi ye beti omoto e platform we so eye beye na ansane nene yeti ye be bi enka bi nhyiamu ena member of parliament for Asen South osaye former deputy minister for education one ninua the honorable Vincent Asifo no say member of parliament for Otafo ewo the Ashanti region. Omeka che Ghana for make kan sembia enye no kre number 1 na ento aso che Ghana for. E be pese ye be yi ache etiefo na meridi na ye de ehumuaye aba.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
So no talking ke 7 cities. And in 1957 for corner office go bizana say him for no talking kinu and o chire o se takurade.
Yo bibi omuton rice near the friend Uswa. Uswa nchen wana ye talking ko our book cake 7 cities.
Futira ben on sa ton 7 cities.
Oh, I know say NDC for baba imuna. Omsa so moton 7 cities.
Obejere say blogger bi atwe camera kwata kurade. Ako Eco Bank. Ako maame no hako bisa no say no kura na tie no mu aye.
So NDC be power pay. Me tumko 7 cities.
Oboa.
Ntepe yetifo awen. Ayi no kwara de wodakodo eton ekobia 7 cities. Je 5 cities ni ya. Honestly, you be oye impactful by the maba was.
That's but some about 5 cities.
Not 27 cities.
27 cities.
Mama na so oboa no oboa no.
Abusia for mo fan check kakra. Yenya technical challenges. What I was saying is that na sani neni yanka bianshim and MPP MP a member of parliament for Asen South. Obi twa ntro chenche party to aban so. Oni ne colleague bako na me pesa me fa akonya yi so eti omoto e platform we so na ye set the record straight anyway and the official Twitter account say the NDC has mischievously and deliberately smuggled LGBTQ agenda into the curriculum, printed and distributed teacher manuals and other teaching and learning materials to promote LGBTQ, contrary to their deceptive rhetoric of being a party which abhors LGBTQ. We demand the immediate recall of all the teaching manuals and textbooks propagating NDC's LGBTQ, both online and in print from schools. We further demand review of all portions of teaching learning materials poisoned with LGBTQ agenda with immediate effect to sanitize the curriculum. We strongly caution the government to refrain from using NACA and Ministry of Education to propagate the vile and evil agenda of LGBTQ sexuality education in Ghana. Ashafo, asemu awakano, eyinkontumposem, eyenabrabasem, inyinasubiyenim, and we must dismiss it with the alacrity that it, demands. So we are penya, in penyufosi udie mate mante. Asudie kesiye pada also, especially a former deputy minister for education, or a number of research assistants amobwa wo djuma udi. Ufiti prekope enti asem na unko social media nkoka. Point 5 was say gender identity. It refers to a person's deeply felt gender, which may or may not correspond with the sex assigned at birth. It may include being male, female, or a blend of both. This concept goes beyond the binary notion of gender, which is the male and female, and recognizes the diversity of gender experiences and expressions. This was the curriculum on as deputy minister and Aban of President Akufo-Addo oyeye. Say eba MPP Aban ni LGBTQ assembly, the records are there. It is say in so electricity. Kama. What you say? They were the one that did this. Now it is surprising say Onua Oye, the deputy minister who was at the helm of affairs of this matter. It is say Anomako Konekona wako insone Jacob Brunsone ni awasaba na for ebesuse. Why na ko Brunsone? Meanwhile, you were the one that did it. When you know, say the government of President John Dramani Mahama, eba yeno, Just like we have always intimated in opposition. Maybe I can want some say LGBTQ. Obani obabeda, bema beda. Yen so sad no. We have always made it clear. Hereby, what have we done? A revised edition of it. So be this LGBTQ portions of the curriculum nefro. Na me person producer be the new revised edition of the curriculum. The Education Ministry under the leadership of the Honorable Haruna Idris and the Deputy Dr. Park Ayet. Where the new one Fiscal Education and Health for Senior High School. Producer mami the same page 3. Na share point the same point 4 na ye can wasem no. To all say ya change no. Gender no isi ano ya chire achirem what we expect and what is in team. They are gonna afford to do na G2 no and no na yen NDC aban na President John Dramani Mahama ye ba ye. So it refers, gender refers to the binary ye two, male and female, categories of male and female determined at birth, and the behavioral, cultural, and psychological traits typically associated with each. And say about abanya, what stay consistent? Abanya odeno kre atuja abanya what say indeed in someone no kind of position say oba ne oba beda bema ne obema beda in someone yen no we have demonstrated it. This is the latest edition, the revised curriculum. Aban aya ya kire say LGBTQ na niam ekeka ho no yen ntum. Na member of parliament or your sofo pa or a reverend minister. Producer, mame Bible quotation ye can wasem say ye di 2 MP for. So kind Exodus chapter 20 verse 6. Bible say thou shalt not bear false witnesses against thy neighbor. And do yonko wa dance krumu. Reverend in team for draw. You are a member of parliament or a reverend minister. How do you go and you take to social media and lie? Oh, you're so. You should know this. Say, even say Bibia Bana Echile Wadriya, who are every avenue to come to the powers that be and leadership. Say there be a clarity ebe tuja. It does appear say a year amanyosemu fasopene propaganda, which I don't expect from a reverend minister or a member of parliament of this caliber. The Ghanaian populace are highly educated, extremely educated. It is this kind of politics, no young person who is independently minded, who respects authority and has information, will not believe in this kind of low-level propaganda you have always been resorting to do. The NDC government has consistently demonstrated our commitment to the fight against LGBTQ and Ghana for so munyintum, Maso for so munyintum, Malam for so munyintum, Imam for so munyintum. You are demonstrating about the only government also saw LGBTQ so our mom penny and taking a position on it. What you say? Until we must be candid with it. Yadamase, Samati. Producer. Yebeje abwa from kra to kakraba. Na ya toa program no so.
Our gold is more than a resource, it's our pride. And at Gold Board Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Board Jewelry Gold Tablet, pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Board Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Board Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future.
Abusuafo ye mama kwaba ofa ye do sui a moment of truth. Moment of truth a nokre mre de aban na ye nokra ewum eye nkrata sembe na ewum a edan nokre na di aha e na ye ba be ka ho asem. And we are privileged to have the PRO or the spokesperson of the Energy Ministry, lawyer Roxanne, Wabeka Yansa, Oneye Ebabedi, Abanjumadi Awaye, as far as payment of energy debts, just like His Excellency the President did with the introduction of ESLA, building of our Tuabo gas plant, and other several commitments. President Mama Yeye, in his first term as president between 2013 and 2016, Wasaba Bium, your mama Babiu, Wasaba. Washe die oye maybe no asasha CBM. So we know say about 2 or 3 days ago the government of Ghana through the finance minister and education and energy minister yetua $1.47 billion of energy sector debts. Yenya spokesperson of the energy ministry lawyer Roxanne Waha. You know Roxanne na epom te say
look nyamiado
yama kwaba so
me da se me fa wa ku yesu intia isi phone na ni phone na Ghana for so be more happy 2026 we share senior His Excellency Abaya start here Abaya timi 2025 to say agrobe so if you know na no pa no na 2025 I'm very certain say ye ko yinimu in na nim say Abaya papa abade na research agenda ya start when energy sector His Excellency Betwaso madam na your lights as engineers.
Yeah, that's it. Now MPP4 say omo komuja a healthy energy sector. Dia na okafa ho.
O mi a complete lie. We ni beka say entropa na
chemo chere.
So original bibia no mo kasa dia na say omo nim nyomuka because definitely no omo nim sector muja we share a power sector in general in 2024 before Baby Fair by Usumi Bia new man schedule load.
Okay.
Usumi Bia omu schedule load to the extent that by December 2024 our Bia nim say ban election year what buy in your crowd obey no my no schedule load of over 700 megawatts. The 700 megawatts is say a Mary plant now era John Mama buy in 2015 times 3. Because our plants no 250 megawatts. This will be scheduled 700 megawatts. It should tell you say the person is in crisis. Before John Mama Ebabefa Sebobabe swearing in, he never kaya na liquid fuel cry even na Miami boss or John Abdullah Jinapo. That time no a transition team spokesperson.
No na you declare say fangwa you Ghana power plants for no asa omenja yebi after 3 days na light in the dome
no an so omenja yebi power o share trap one no setting my His Excellency because no my imagine say once NDC bano on person the tag His Excellency the President say aside the dome so aba beyond that almost saying jaka in fact we share the danger in our energy sector this year and even the danger in the economy a car the energy sector Komujai IPPs in Kwane Diomoka almost $2 billion. Specific figure near $1.73 billion. Beyond that, no ECG liabilities in Kwan Elho was over 80 billion cedis. In Naibe Kaya, Enche Biana, Inshishima Ministry, together with National Security, Ministry of Transport, issue clearly said we have over 2,600 containers at that port. All shows the procurement malpractices are buying Omujai. His Excellency.
Minchawano Uchirimu. Energy sector, Yendi Jamu in 2016, in 8 years, no, they completely collapsed it.
Oh, collapsed it. Which energy sector? In fact, and they be concentrating on power. Now, subsequently, you have a petroleum side. Which power, mobile and excess capacity. Or one can say, found say you're signing a lot of PPAs, power purchase agreement, to the extent say you're signing more than what we even needed. Because His Excellency, the President at the time, no clear plan. So by industrialization, with industrialization, we say export, and it's a big new power. Now, mobile, because of mismanagement and incompetency for 8 years, proper planning went to be. So they had an energy sector no more excess power. They left an energy sector with a deficit of over 700 megawatts.
Okay, enti semetiasie ya few days HM ya yetua sika $1.47 billion. A significant amount of money to settle your energy debt na.
Very, very significant. Very significant. Now, I've put together a presentation of what we met. It's a friend of resetting Ghana's energy sector. We show the leadership of His Excellency the President, a car yatisu, and affordable power, and that the John Dramani Mahama administration. So I'll just take us through. In 2025, a cabin, what we describe as massive unpaid debts to independent power producers. IPPs, he said, over 1.73 billion. We share ECG, gas supplies. Nansia J for ENI. Any partners made $480 billion. I mean, beyond that, so abandoned that gas and no consuming of some you'll be a friendly guarantee, partial risk guarantee. So I guarantee World Bank
guarantee for $500 million. For the wasa almost momentian.
And no, for gas or Sankofa fields no. You see some wintia. Emma, we had to take steps to pay any World Bank share is part of it. Now because of that, dollar same the economy or any high fuel cost in a high cost of electricity, any legacy contract. ECGC now signing contract with Bray as our contract now we needed to review it. And I said that car earlier no schedule load of over 700 megawatts. Now the first thing His Excellency did me say I say we show strong leadership. Leader the only problems, so you don't run away from the problems. You tackle the problems. Now our point our experience enough in energy sector say on Ghana energy sector so Inarim said, no, I am deputy minister in time past, or I am deputy minister for power, deputy minister for energy. I am ranking member for several years, and I was signed back as energy minister. The first thing the government did say, I prioritize the stability of the sector. Because I buy no Kanyano engine sukra. For the very early days, no. In fact, it was very, very erratic. Bibia Kanya need to boom sa and Ghana for crowd at the time no move fresh Urajna for you fuel because it do just because of the problems that we met. Now the priority no Abani put it together a work plan. What was the work plan? Work plan is number one no a car would you have to address the car because the fiscal space there were massive impacts on energy sector. Beyond that, so we share ECG, no more maintenance in several years, or more transformer issues, or more conductor issues. Say they had 2,600 containers sitting there of materials, and most of them no more here. Until we had to take steps to ensure, say, we structure the system.
You have to and omoko kra containers of Nema we will need in the next 50 years.
In the next 15 years.
Broke a go.
Baby, we share credit supplies omoka demurrage almost 1 billion cedis. Nuclear reports.
Okay.
Beyond that, so because of legacy debts, any a cabinet brand down, we had to set up a committee. Minister set up committee say and should go through the rigorous process of renegotiations with IPPs. Now, we share the IPP's renegotiations has given us 2 very important successes. First one, they say we've had a discount on amount and edekano. A physical cash. And I can see it's
almost
a discount of almost $300 million.
Now, because of GD or many are buying one.
Because yes, you say after that renegotiations, and no my discounts, no, capacity charges, air tariffs, no, scientists. My further discount. So be now 20 cents per kilowatt hour for electricity. To say I'm 6.5. Until every year they are spending $200 million was our IPP now. This time they spending 60 billion. So look at the quantum difference. Now the good news is that those companies must sign the new project because they have confidence in the government. And His Excellency the President. So that I ensure power reliability. I will be able to say from April, ABC and May, shedding 1 megawatt of power. Power lights the engine so. Yes, I can say so. Lights a problem. But I addresses the problem.
Ninja no Siciano say Oda Hona almost a light and duma and yet easy. Ye a technical issue be pobia be an answer. Kabiako pobia man be yet load shed.
Debbie. From April last year, 2025. And shedding 1 megawatt of power. What we have, we install capacity. Even though we've met a new peak demand, IF 4,300, we've been very okay because of diligent planning and then the fiscal space they create by providing fuel any car a month a year. Now, Monday, Ministry of Finance, any Ministry of Energy, will release a statement on a car. His Excellency the President, I there for a very long time. Say first year of a government, which meets almost 1.5 billion of legacy debt. We hear everyday recurring cost. Legacy debts are different from Nebusumi Biano. It's here. Which is our legacy debts now. IPPs in Kwa, almost $393 million. Now, IPP Somuji Saska Ushe statement on release here. There's a very important line on Muka. Say the government has restored confidence and I should say or a reliable partner as an investor. Now, the domestic investors and the international community now because for several years over $1.7 billion now by that India. You see power now. The issue statement, local car power, same power, early power, AXA, Senate. I bring the release statements. I'm still when say Sikamaya, but Obia or can create say for several months, he who's our statements because you share legacy debt. Beyond legacy debts, no, but so we no. These companies, invoices are some of them. Now, but so we this time, no. First now come the invoice the bar in here. From last year, the invoice beyond baby it's here. They say we are current with them until they are happy. So because why they are providing power. So who say we like this is very, very critical and very crucial to the progress that has been made. And we see the lights no.
And we know metete sembi on from say ya said to ya about 400 million craft for mama fuel.
No credit.
And no can we.
And no can we.
And there's a 1.47 billion. No. And no crown, a big crass account.
Oh, big account.
Okay.
1.47 billion now. Monday no abani account was and no your legacy debt.
Okay.
They ban the current there you chairman nabro so cry.
Oh, sir.
Because this, last year alone, we spent over 400 up to $250 3, that's in September. They are spending over $400 million on liquid fuel. Now beyond liquid fuel also there are gas payments. Be ama and gas. Be ama talu. Be ama other suppliers are watching you. VRE, any state institution to say Sika ama omokano yenkan. I'm certain say enche when you bring another statement from the Ministry of Finance, the entire money that we spent last year. And into that, shares our statements now. NBP, former finance minister, or I mean, okay, say 2024, Musutia 1.7. She said, Ontinya no Kanasi. Because Ontinya no Kanasi, what they paid as 1.4, Mutia for the entire sector. What we are even accounting for now is just IPPs and legacy debts. That's all. So you move beyond the entire sector can have 2.5 billion. I don't see that. Okay. Now we share your gas is what $480 million. Near the ENI any Vitoka invoices at now. I don't see legacy debts. So for gas and then you see the power thermal plant. Okay. So $480 million no. It's now. It's okay. You need any outstanding until we share your gas supplier. You need any outstanding obligations here. We share end gas ni other parties or more. You see Omoka. We are outstanding is here no ebe talu. And talu there's a reason why any talu was sharing. There are other issues outstanding now. We have to go sort out. Until we share when it comes to our natural gas payment, we are completely up to date. And also NCA. Okay. Now, Obasa na meka no IPP contracts here renegotiations and you save about $250 million. A car what we've done is say yeah BBF reprofiling no my share say the next few years no and they are very happy with what we've done so far. Okay. In Siho, His Excellency the President and then the Energy Minister, they are looking into the future. Okay. Because we are reforms we now one planning ahead that one share obesa enya as because energy sector no very critical to our economy. The CIS 24-hour economy in here sector the power to grow and we need to invest more. Into abani will be a friend gas to power policy. Gas to power policy no liquid fuels the boarding power. For every year, we spend about $1.2 billion on liquid fuel. Now, we share the price between liquid fuel, the price between natural gas. The difference can be about 60%. Huge. Until we spend $1.2 billion on natural gas. On a good day, we can be doing just about $700 million for the same fuel to power. So we see natural gas.
It's natural gas no bofu. And to say pay energy sustainability, we must still towards gas. No. So be ya dada fibo nebo onye denti no. You bet me use their power.
I know you better. And I don't know what will happen. You say we shift it to that. Cost of production or generating power no cry or down. The good news they say last year alone, we share ENI. Okay. Almost failed now. No more supply 240 million standard cubic feet
of gas.
Last year, share paid that continue any year night. We increase our field no, our gas supply no by 30 million standard cubic feet.
Oh, okay.
Beyond that, so talu. Okay. And it's no more by 100 million standard cubic feet
of gas.
We increase 130 million standard cubic feet. And gas Nigeria, Nigeria hono. And also we increase natural gas.
Okay.
What this means is say our reliance on expensive crude oil, HFO, any diesel as liquid fuel, from drastically. Okay. Now for about 70 million standard cubic feet, it has the capacity of powering about 200 megawatts of power. Very megawatts. Very significant about security when it comes to energy. Once it reduces cost, what it means, they say, the cost of generation the cost of power will also come down. The tariffs
na Ghana for ho atom
Ghana for
enti sa new gas plant ya ye ba be ene atomo de ende na eso.
Oh, Minia, what we are doing is that you see the technical team are presenting reports.
Okay.
There are two options available. Either say and I say modular. The feasibility of the gas available.
Okay.
And that is what is being done now.
Okay.
It is possible that depending on what the results will be, it's me like a gas plants.
Okay.
And we have the track record of doing it. That plants no.
NDC say yes say the way be done your friend I have President Mama on one is here at Twabo gas plant. I save over $300 billion Emma Ghana
every year.
Okase obesi another gas planter in Ninechi.
Why be that on one now we share beyond that at Twabo gas. Yes, I the next phase. You say 1,200 megawatts of new power capacity.
And the way
this is we share a generation capacity now. Every year, no, and can we careful planning now? You should have about 10%. Should add 10% to your generation capacity. Say, oh, plan it carefully. Once you are adding 10%, I will demand you go no. Any load shedding issue. For 8 years, the previous administration was very abysmal. Until now, we are going into getting 1,200 megawatts straight. No, we want to add about 20% of that capacity that we have now. That 1,200 megawatts this time around. President Mahama say. Instead, say before private sector wholly no, VRE in leading discussions.
Oh, really?
Because we've had the situation here. Yeah, I mean say because of IPP, sometimes they will threaten you. But a while state institution and do a different one or managing one. Sure. And fortunately, they've built the capacity over the years to do it. And the processes now start here, and then you have 1,200 megawatts of new power generation. About the transmission line and the distribution line, a lot of work is ongoing. Now say I mean who say for complaining say OT regions echo not now power no air voltage no L from sometimes it is unstable. It's because of the transmission lines. And as a government we are going on board to change a lot of these ones. They are starting already. Now say keep course there. You movie and we are now 131 kV lines. We are now 66, we are now 33. We're expanding all of this to ensure say transmission lines solid.
Great.
Another thing that President Akane said by 2029, before I bring 7 January 2029, we should have 100% electricity access. Until we are expanding electricity access, we are taking electricity to the rural areas. Some of the areas here, in fact, this last year alone, almost over 200 rural communities had electricity and the list is there.
I've seen the list.
Yes, to share that list. And then we're also intensifying urban projects. We share urban areas. What we are doing as a ministry is we are moving from solar system now we are taking that onto our streets. Instead of off-grid system, you use street lights now. Be installed solar. Last year you installed 23,000 solar street lights. And we're complete. That is what we want to do. This year we will expand it more. There are areas so I signed mini grids. There are areas that are very difficult. So the transmission lines you will see a cratching and maybe more hinterlands and farm plains. We are closing that gap with solar. And the goal is that no community will be left behind. So by 2029, Ghana half a year we could be light bell. Before His Excellency Obabe President, we are around 57%. By the time Obabe Fisulu, we were over 80%. In 8 years, they couldn't even add 5% to the data. And President Asaya Babium, that now he's moving it from the almost 90% to 100%.
In terms of rural electrification.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, the message to Ghanaians, they say, a car we have confronted the debt. We are ensuring that a car be a the next couple of years if it's in the energy sector a clean bill of health. Contract we are renegotiating some of them, we've terminated them. We share ECG. Numerous contracts are signing over $300 million. ECG board are approving our contracts which saving the country over $300 million. We share costs are now
okay.
We have reduced the costs through renegotiations and through reduction of tariff. And you know, for the energy sector we have, the risk set is to ensure, say, you have the lights on. You want the energy sector to have more jobs, because once you're expanding, you get more jobs, you get more industry, and at the end of the day, you ensure, say, we have the growth that we need as a country.
Okay, all right. Yeah, that was it. Pa for your insightful presentation. You say you share for normal. That was it. Pa for your insightful presentation. You say you share for normal. Niema pa the NDC government of President John Dramani Mahama aye, especially in the energy sector. Obekaya in the 2015 State of Nations address. President Mahama catch Ghana for say ono etuoto a etwere bema bo bema so sinsuum ansana waham enti energy sector crisis any problems are ono President John Dramani Mahama he will fix it. He started doing all the necessary investments and the abedu baby a yedu ye ba ye MPP for et said the Mimia rocks in Kayano ST trap emaye. Say ye ba in the few days na away anymore. Fango ebesa na dumso aba. But when you have order President Mahama, okay, Bible no say a pin better to bimkuma a pedu better to nifa na wedding kwa ena ode ebeshe na wahu ne the bonnier for no ediegu wakwemu. What the devil meant for evil, no, God meant for good. President Mahama, what's in the day? What Ghana for say he's a visionary leader. What Ghana for say born in the mom. What Ghana for say the mandate Ghana for the amano no. He doesn't take it lightly. Ye try musima na yaba na ya toa ye program no so. It does. For the dire coso ya ni pitri na impanyifo so say agro eye de no na ade esa akwantufo ejidi yesa niema pi na yaka nene na dodo na na wate na odo a wo ma NDC about President John Dramani Mahama no ya eno bibia oboaye ema adwumadi ebeye krabehwe aso na wate na odo a wo ma NDC about President John Dramani Mahama no ya eno bibia oboaye ema adwumadi ebeye krabehwe ye mamu afisia pa na wotwe sene ye besenhia midin the doctor Same Aye me na me di dwumadi hu chiame na wotwe sɛ na yɛbɛsɛ nhyia medase
Musika upenti kana